Hi y'all, Justin with Kayak Catfish. Well, after an awesome vacation down in Florida, I am back home in Tennessee and it is time to get back after the catfish. So first time after cats in a couple weeks. Don't really know what's going on, don't really have a good idea of what the bait is doing. I do know our water level has dropped significantly while I've been gone. They've been lowering our water level down for winter drawdown, so we're just going out here today and going fishing. I'm gonna start out and get us some bait, and then we're gonna go try to find some cats. So right now I've pulled up to a brush pile here. You can see a bunch of fish on the live scope there a few feet out in front of me. I'm kind of hoping those are crappie. I'm gonna throw a jig down to them there, and we can get us a few crappie. We're gonna drop them down, try to feed them to some catfish. So let me get the camera in the chest here. We'll pull the crappie jig out, see if we can't get some of these. Here's my crappie jig. That's a 1/8 ounce jig head with a crappie magnet, just white and chartreuse. Got my ultralight rod here, and I'm gonna shine this transducer toward that brush. It looks like those fish are about 15 feet deep at the top of that brush pile, and it goes down to 30 feet deep here. When you look at this on a map, it says there was an old submerged bridge here. Now I don't see anything on the graph or any remnants of any old bridge, but somebody has put some brush right there where it was at. And so there's crappie all over it. Got one right there too. I went to reel up my jig, make another cast, and we got something. Nope, he spit it. That's just a little one there. I hope there's something bigger than that down there on that thing. We got a bigger mark right there coming in, just outside that brush pile. I don't know what that is. He's probably something that's going to try to feed on them crappie down there. Thumped me, buddy. Right there. That's a better one. I don't know what he is, but he gobbled it up, man. This one should be a keeper size if he's a crappie. I got my board with me. Got to be 10 inches to keep a crappie. That is a slab right there, man. Oh, buddy, look at this. Get on up in here, you slab. Oh man, look at that, y'all. Holy cow, look at that. Goodness gracious, what a crappie. Man, let me throw him on the board here. I guarantee you this in here is probably 14 inches maybe. We'll find out here. He may be bigger than that. No, that one there, 15¼ inches. Oh man, how awesome is that? Y'all, I busted out the front camera for this one. That was definitely front camera worthy. Ain't every day I catch a crappie that's over 15 inches. That right there is a slab. That's awesome, man. You know what? He's coming with us too. I'm gonna put him in the bucket right there. Well, let's throw back out there and see if we can get us another one. I'm just watching that jig. I'm actually about to drop it right on one's head. I don't know if that's a crappie or not. I stopped my jig on the way down. There was something swimming above that brush pile. He didn't show no interest in it. I thought we was about to get us something else. Let me try dropping it on him again. Oh, I landed behind him then. He's swimming this way. Dang. Had 2 chances of that fish. Couldn't get his attention either time. Well, let's throw back over there at the fish we're trying to catch again. I don't know what that was swimming above that brush pile. But the brush is just stacked with fish, which I assume is crappie. Again, it's on the map. It says it's an old submerged bridge here, which maybe there was back in the day before they flooded this, but it's long gone. But that brush is most definitely there. Oh, one hit me. I got nipped. Oh, I got nipped again. Doggone it. They're teasing me. I'm heading behind that brush pile. I'm just gonna reel this thing up and bring it right through. Got one too. Sure as the world. Just swimming that thing across it. Let's see how big this one is. We'll throw this one on the board. I don't know. He definitely ain't as big as his friend we got him in to go. You a long ways from 15 inches. I don't think you're gonna keep. Gotta be 10 inches out here. No, right in there, a little short of 9 inches. A little bit short right there. He'll get there eventually. We'll catch him next year. Throw back down there and find us one bigger. Got me. He got it. Oh, it's another short one. I wish you little ones would leave that alone now until I can put it in front of a big one. He says he's hungry. He said them big ones down there, they don't let them eat very much. He said they gotta get while the getting's good. We'll eventually maybe sort through enough of them small ones we can get it back down there where it needs to be. Got one right then. Well, he chased it a long ways up. Another one of the hungry children though. Y'all need to contact Sally Struthers. She'd help y'all out. 29 cents a day, crappie. Somebody'd pay 29 cents a day to feed that fish right there. I guarantee it. Sally Struthers would send you a pamphlet too, let you know what grade that fish is in, what kind of marks he's getting in school and everything. All right, here goes my jig back down. Boy, something just swam into that. Something just swam into that brush pile right there. I ain't the only one trying to catch things out of it, I reckon. That's probably a bass or something as quick as he's moving. Kayak spun around. I've lost sight of the brush pile, but it didn't matter. I got one right here. It's every cast. They want it moving though. I was first tossing at it and trying to just let it sit there. Couldn't get them to eat it, but they're getting it on the move. Just another small though. We needed some bait, y'all. We got to get a hold of something. I wasn't sure what the skipjack was doing out here right now. We had a cold front come through here in East Tennessee last few days. It's a little warmer day, bluebird skies, and I thought, well, skipjack may be tough to catch today, but I'll find something on the live scope, some kind of brush pile. And the first piece of brush I've come to here since I launched the kayak, we've got fish all over, so we're just going to try to catch some of these that are legal size, and we'll take off and hopefully get us some cats today. Okay, we got something here. Let's see what this is. I moved, hit a different brush pile here, y'all. The other one I got a jig snagged and tried to work it free, and after I ended up unsuccessfully doing that, I had to break off, and I couldn't get any more fish to bite after that. I guess I spooked them all, so I found me a new brush pile, and apparently found me some small crappie on it, so throw him back and get back after it here, y'all. We found some fish. We just can't find the dang good quality ones here. We're gonna have to get after it here. We're gonna run out of daylight before we even get started on the catfish. Oh, I'm gonna turn the camera on right quick. I think I finally got another. No, that's a yellow bass. I got a glimpse of him. I thought it was a crappie that was actually going to be big enough to keep, and it's a dang yellow bass right here. I'm fishing on the kind of the top of a point. a rocky point here that comes out a little bit shallower, about 10 feet deep here where I'm at. He's going to tear my gulp up. Nice though. That'll definitely work for bait. Let's fix our gulp back and see if we can get some of his friends here. I have absolutely struggled to find anything to bait a hook with out here, y'all. It's short crappie and limited bluegill bites thus far. Hard times when you can't even catch a damn bluegill. But I'm up here on top of this point and I marked some fish right here, and my gosh, we're getting them. Getting a bite or two right here. We're gonna see if we got some more yellow bass in this little school. I don't care if it's yellow bass or bluegill, I just need something, and here we go. I went to pick up on it and he's on there. Let's see what this is. He's a pulling. Yeah, little yellow bass. All right. Now business is picking up for us right here, man. I'll show you here on the graph. As soon as I get this gulp back, he's clamped down on it, but he's hanging on. Throw him in there. Let me adjust my screen here, give you all a better look at it. Okay. So there's a point that comes off here behind me. It drops off real sharp on each side, and I'm up here on the top of it, and all those little marks right there on bottom, just right out in front of the kayak here, 10 feet deep. I guess those are yellow bass, since that's 2 in a row here that I've caught. But I was scanning around looking on top of this point and saw those. I thought maybe they're bluegill. I'll toss them out there, try to get us something to bait a hook with, and well, by gosh, we finally got something here that's worth baiting a hook with. I like me some yellow bass. I like them both as live bait and cut bait. The challenge today is going to be getting a catfish to bite in the limited time that we got left to fish here before dark, because I'm only going to fish until sunset today. It's going to be too dang cold after that. So I've spent too much time trying to get us some bait. It's cut into our catfishing time, but hopefully it's going to pay off for us here when we get some quality bait to drop down. Here's another one. We're getting them every cast now. We own them. This is the way he's fighting. I bet he's another yellow bass. Oh, that's a good one too. That's a good one right there. All right. Well, I hate to leave them biting, but between these 3 yellow bass, the crappie, and the bluegill that I got, and the fact that just ain't got a lot of time left to fish, I think we probably got enough bait here to get after the catfish. So I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna look around on the graph, just see if there's anything out here in a deep hole out here in the main channel, and if it looks good, we'll drop baits down. If not, we'll go drop some bait off the end of a point, see if there's any catfish works up on it looking to eat. All right, folks, here's our crappie. We're gonna drop him down as a big bait. Just a whole live bait, although he's not very lively right now. He's been in that bucket for a couple hours now, and I didn't have an aerator on it. Little cramp for him, so throw that in with just the barotrauma from bringing him up as deep as I did. He ain't doing too good, but he is still alive, so we're gonna have him as a live bait. And I think I'll probably do probably a cut bait and then a live yellow bass. I think these two right here in the net looks like perfect candidates. We're going to put the yellow bass on. I may just go all live bait here today. That may be what we do. We'll just go all rods live bait. See what happens with them. Here's just a yellow bass going down. Send him packing. Down to the bottom he goes. I'm going to give it a few minutes out here in this deep hole. It's 82 feet here where I'm at. If this don't pan out, probably 30 minutes here. Let's give it. If we don't get a bite in 30 minutes, we're going to move and go hit a point that's about 35 feet deep. I'm going to get him on. We're going to put this other bluegill on here next, and we're going to be set. There's our bluegill. Down he goes. Oh boy, there's the crappie, man. There's the crappie getting. Something was after him. He was running from something. He's still trying to get away from something. Let's pick him up. Oh, I wonder, y'all, I wonder if something doesn't have the fly. I've got a stinger fly, under this crappie. It's a Carolina rig, and a few inches below that live bait, I had the fly down there. I bet you this thing, whatever he is ate the fly. Because I promise you he ain't big enough to have eaten that 15-inch crappie. It's just too big a bait. I'd be pulling up more than this. He better not fling that crappie off the hook, by gosh. We want to keep that thing lively down there, or keep him on, I should say. He ain't very lively, but dadgummit. I want to say some more words, but he's knocked that crappie off the hook when he ate the fly. You little come over here before this houseboat wake rocks us to death here. I don't mind you eating the fly, Blue Cat, but my gosh, you should have left the dang crappie on. That was uncalled for. This fish here, he was probably hired search and rescue mission by that crappie's family. Get out of here, you old thing. Dang, man, that sucks. I had such big expectations of that crappie. I wasn't sure, I wasn't like super optimistic that it was going to get eaten, but I knew if it did, it was going to have to be a big fish that could get him in its mouth and get to hook too. Well, here goes us another yellow bass down. We'll see if this one can find him a fish big enough to eat him. So y'all, there don't seem to be much happening here in this hole, just that one dink blue. I mainly wanted to fish this deep hole because I had that huge crappie. Now that it's gone, I think what I'm going to do is move up on to the tip of a point, about with our water level where it is. The point should be 35 feet-ish, give or take. But I'm going to go up there and set up, and we'll fish there till dark, just see if some fish get active, work out of the channel, either go up onto that point or go back into the creek that point kind of cuts off there. So let's go try that and see what happens. We got action here, buddy. Oh boy, that's the live bait. Oh, he's going to pull. It's a live yellow bass. I took one of them yellow bass and cut them. I used the head and the chunk on the front rods and kept a live one back here. I've sat here on the end of this point now for an hour, not the first tap. But by gosh, we got something right here. No, don't get me all wet, fish. The Blue Cat. Oh boy, he's trying his best to get me wet. It's just cold enough. I don't want to be soaking wet. Danged old fish. What makes him be like that? Get over here, you fish. Get over here. Actually, is that a blue or is that a channel? I can't tell right now. We're going to get this thing up here. I can't tell if that's a blue or a channel cat. Get over here. That's a channel cat, folks. I'll be doggone. Danged old channel cat. Of course, he got hooked right there. Yeah. That ain't a bad one either. I mean, I hate channel cats, but I mean, all things considered, that's a pretty big one. Ain't every day I give a channel cat front camera time. By gosh, today's the day. This fish that he's waited his whole life for this moment. I thought I seen his head there. I'm like, that didn't look like a blue. First got him up. He got him a live yellow bass. I think I got one more in the bucket there. I'm gonna drop down here. I'm gonna fish right up till sunset. Hopefully get something better than this old thing working through. Get out of here, you old channel. That's a pretty good sized one for around here. We got plenty of channel cats, too dang many if you ask me. But usually don't see them that big. They're normally you know, 2 or 3 pounds or less when you hook one around here. So that one right there, he's survived and thrived. Let's get us another bait on there and see if we can get something better. Well, there goes our live yellow bass. Let's send him down. That's our last one, but we do have them bluegill in the bucket there if this fella here gets eat. I'm gonna stick with the 2 cut baits there on the front just to offer some options. We'll get him reset. I'm just raising him up here a couple feet off the bottom. I've got my graph turned off, but it's about 36 feet with the current water level here, and there's a point right here that comes all the way out over here where I'm at, and so I'm kind of on the tip of that point and just waiting on fish to kind of work back up in here to this creek. This is where I started at today and got that big crappie and got them other small crappie there off that brush, and there's some more here on this point. There's some more brush on it, so I know this is a feeding ground for some fish, so some cats or whatever, you know, predator fish to come up. It's just a matter of being out here when they come through, and boy, if they're coming to meet me today, they better get on with it, because it's getting colder by the second, and when that sun goes down, my butt's out of here. Well, folks, that sun is going down, and I am cold, so I'm about to go to the house. Today's just kind of one of them days, you know, first day back out here in a couple weeks, and really struggled today, not only to get bait, which thankfully, perfect timing on leaf blower man over here. That's what we needed to cap off this video, was the leaf blower man. But you know, bait was kind of a struggle, but got us enough here to fish with, including that slab crappie. Catfish just wasn't having it. One small blue and one fairly large channel for around here, but that's fishing, man. That's just how it goes. So anyway, I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, and then I'll be back out here again when it does. This cold weather, folks, it ain't for me, especially when I just got back from Florida and I was adapted to 80 degrees and high humidity. This coming home to this refrigerator that we're living in for the next few months, I should have stayed in Florida, I think. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.